Hello, hello, testing 1 2 1 2. And let's see what is on the board for today. Okay, hit record here. Alrighty. So several weeks ago, I guess at this point, I started building out the Contra 40% keyboard. I kind of ended after suffering a lot here with the stabilizer for the switch, which will be on a video, I'm sure, or it will be just if you go in the live stream archives, seeing me struggle um, dealing with this. So that is done. I finished number 5 last stream, and now the switches have been added in the correct way, but they haven't been soldered yet. And that's what's on the desk right now, right here. Everything is set up so the soldering can happen. So step 6 is what needs to happen for today. Step 7, I kind of modified this a little bit. Yes, the microcontroller will be soldered on, but it will be using these, gosh, what is it called? Like max mill pins or something. Anyways, they'll be soldered onto that instead of these headers. And it's screwing the bottom plate, and I think that's it. That's the stream for today. And I do not even want to try and program the keyboard on stream because it's just like a lot can go wrong. I might have to switch to Windows. I'm currently on a Ubuntu Linux, and I just don't want to have to deal with having this sort of troubleshooting to be recorded forever. So off to the bench, we're going to be doing soldering, remember, solder switches, installing the microcontroller, screw on the bottom plate, etc., etc. Oh, right. This is important, right? Because the microcontroller is not the same as this one. Actually, this is a point I wanted to make um, before. Let's see, I'm just going to switch to the bench real quick, and I'm going to put on some additional music for now. Was it Frostspire? That's the Traversing the Frostspire. Get started on that. Alrighty, so a little loud in my headphones. Maybe I can just lower here. Okay, so the microcontroller I actually have, I bought one off of the site, but there are no manuals for this part. So this is sort of like newer microcontroller. By newer, I mean like as of like 2 years ago or something, but it has an RP 2040 chip on it. And the thing that makes this microcontroller a little bit extra is that it has 13 pins on either row when originally it's supposed to take 12. So if I put this underneath and I think I talked about it on another stream actually. But if we go ahead and just slot this over, right? Let's say we're gonna line it up like so, right? So bottom bottom. But then if you go all the way to the top, there's an extra slot there. So you don't know if it's like this or like this. I mean, this is facing the wrong way anyways, but like that. So I'm gonna quickly look online. I'm gonna go to the key, like Contra key, boom, 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 Contra key BD, like product page. Right, so they sell the Super Mini controller. I think this is what it was. That's right. So, oh no no no. I bought I don't know which one I bought. Nope. Yes. So I ended up buying this one, and so then I had to look up the actual spec of this. So I'm gonna go back here for a moment. I have it actually in a chat to a friend. Let's see. Gonna look him up on the chat. Gonna do KBD. Dun dun dun. So let's see. RP2040. I'm trying to find the... Trying to find all the work I actually did. I did some extra work in trying to figure out a few things about this issue. Okay, yes, so here it is for posterity. All right, so the thing I'm looking at is I got the diagram, the schematic of the board itself, the Contra 40, right? And I was desperately trying to figure out, you know, if we lined up how it's supposed to be presented here. So I'm gonna move this over. I think, yeah, so I think it's like this. So the microcontroller port is facing that way, and all those pins you see on the screen are lined up like we're facing it, right? So apparently ground on the keyboard on the Contra 40 schematic starts 1, 2, 3, 4 down. I believe so. Or is it 3 down, 4 down? Well, in any case, I think what ends up happening is 1, 2, 3. Basically, I wrote that 10 and these top ones are not used. So that means that everything needs to be lined up from the bottom going up in order for this to work, is my guess. According to what I wrote, to what I read from the, oh right, like we can actually take a look. I think this is what I was like looking at. That these two are ground. Oh, it must be that the schematic that I'm looking at is actually reversed. Because I don't believe these are ground, or maybe they are, but it doesn't matter because ground starts 1, 2, and then it's on 3 and on 4 away from the edge here. So it needs to start 1, 2, 3, right? It doesn't start on 3 because that's the RX, that's the receive, not the transmit. So if you started actually at 0 here, what this is considered 0, so you start counting and you go like 1, 2, 3, then you start getting into ground. Right. Now this is making more sense. So the pin shapes here, it's square, meaning that these 3 are ground, which lines up to that. So again, if I'm looking at the board like this, and in order for this chip to be face in the correct orientation, component side faces away. So I need to just triple check everything. I need to be like, I believe the top 2, let's see. So I believe these top 2 are completely ignored. You seat it like this, and then let's see. According to the schematic, if I'm doing this right, see, so the one on the left here, so that's ground, and then these 2 here, so 1, 2, 3, 3 and 4 on the right are also ground. So that's the plan. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I think that's how it is. In fact, I'll double check. Yeah, 10, 11 on the microcontroller are not connected to anything. So, and then in the build steps, what are they even trying to make you do? I think they have it so that the chips. Why do they have to make this extra hard? I can't even tell which position. Install the microcontroller in the bottom of the PCB so that the components face down away from the PCB. Okay, so the face of this needs to be like this. I'm assuming. I mean, I just have to hope that I got the right. I think I'm right. In terms of like the base of this is being like these top two, the ones closest to the port are not installed. I just don't know whether it's like this or if it's like this because it fits either way. It fits comfortably either way, but I think it's saying that components. So sorry, pro micro here. Component side faces away from the PCB. So I think this is component side, right? Look, all the components are here, facing away from the PCB, so it's installed like this. Sorry, I was mistaken. I'm looking at the schematics. I think it's just like flipped. All right, so that's what I'll do later. For now, we're gonna go through and do all of the switches, right? They're like they have little peaks like this all throughout the board, and I'll be just soldering them down. And that's what I'll be doing from here on out. So if anyone has any questions, wants to chime in, let me know how bad my soldering skills are, and give me tips to be better. Feel free. All right, we'll start. Got the fume extractor here going, so you should probably see smoke flying in a certain direction. All right. Let's get both sides here. All right. Tint a little bit. Let's take our time. Let's take our time. Could use a little bit more, I feel. And that's flux melting away. It's making that pool. Because flux, so it helps solder flow. And it's built into the core of this solder I'm using. And then I guess the question is, should I go across like a corn cob thing, or should I go up and down? Maybe I'll just go up and down. Maybe I'll end up switching what I want to do anyways later. It's funny, I'm looking at it from the side and it looks fine from the side, but then I'm looking at it through the microscope and I'm like, oh, it could be a little bit better. Let's get those peaks. Right. Soldering is so much fun. Kind of. It's fun when you're in a flow state and you feel like you can do it. You know, sometimes solder or the iron or the components like fight you a little bit. Yeah, I'm like so close to the end here. I'm just gonna I'm too cheap, and so I'm like, I want to use every bit of solder, so I'm gonna use this this tweezer to hold on to the solder. Because I'm like, I want to use every bit of it. Oop, great. And like solder's like not that expensive. Like I can just get more. I'm trying to be a completionist here. Oop. Speaking of which, I have another piece here. Alright, tweezers away. Got some more solder I'll be playing with. Hoping this might end up being like a shorter stream, not quite 2 hours. Well, it depends on my speed and my luck, I guess. I don't want this to be too long of a stream because I'm just aiming to do like 3 steps, 2 steps, but who knows, man. I think I'm finding this like pushing it and doing it column instead of row can work. Because when I'm like done, I just push it up a little bit. And that's it, just straight through. I can already tell I'm gonna need more solder. Because I'm already running out of it in my hand. And go. And again, I'm running out. But you know what? I won't be stingy. I'll just give myself a lot more solder here and go for it. Solder's been so nice to me, but I have no idea where I'm going to get more of this type with the flux. I've had this for so long that it's going to be weird. I'm sure I'm going to buy more and complain that it's like not the same. You know, they had the right formula that I learned with, and I want the same thing, but like the company, maybe I'm just kind of hypothetically here talking, being like, but the formula, it was so good before. I think I got this solder from a place in Baltimore that no longer exists. That's where it was like kind of trying to cut my teeth, I think, doing this type of stuff. Just gotta remember to move as I'm going down. Oh, right. I'm in the middle. I'm like, why am I moving over it? This is the space bar. Cool. Ooh. Ah. Got some solder almost melted on my hand. That's great. Cool. It spits. The solder spits, so I gotta be careful about all that. See how like that came out? A little droplet. My hand was too close. And I got hit by that. Ow! Got hit by that again. Cool. 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 Great. That was the space bar. I have 5 more columns to go. There we go. So 20 more total at this point. What the heck is this? There you go. I like it at this stage where it becomes kind of very repetitive and you get in the groove a little bit. Of course, I'm probably jinxing myself by saying all that, but so be it, I guess. Now, this part, I actually have to flip it because, so this is where I have to solder, but then all this stuff is here, and my iron is absolutely going to touch that stuff and melt it. It's going to be a disaster, so I'm flipping it so the iron comes in from this angle. Alright. So like this. So you have a groove, and then all of a sudden you hit a part of the process that gets a little bit more difficult. The hell? Oh, there you go. Just wanted to live on that tip there. And then all this flux and stuff will be cleaned up later with some rubbing alcohol and Q-tips. And if you're wondering if my finger's getting really close because you're seeing it in a microscope getting close to the soldering iron, you're right. It's getting actually pretty close. I should be more careful. So nice and meditative. Alright. I guess I got to be extra careful here because I have to solder in between, I guess. In between all this stuff. Can't even hot air gun this. Oh, I don't like that. I do not like that at all. So what we're gonna do is a little bit of flux here. Oh god, so dirty. And we're gonna use some wick to try and trim it off. So here we go. This is what you're in for the channel for is when things go wrong. How do you fix it? So some flux, some wick. I'm going to increase the temperature to I think like somewhere like 310, just a little higher than what I had it at 290. All right, because it needs to now. Oh well, I should not hold on to the wick with my bare hands. I should use like tweezers as well to have some sort of barrier between me and the heat. Okay, let's see here. Go. Like that. Just a little hotter, and I had a little bit of solder on that tip actually. I think that's what helped. All right, going back to 290. The hope is maybe straight up and down. Oop. See, slipped and burned a little bit. Just a little bit more. Cool. All right. All right. I'm not gonna tempt fate there again. I just wanted for. I know it's probably the same exact connection, and so it wouldn't matter when you bridge them. I'm trying to be clean about it. All right. I'm trying to hold it from there. Trying to be precise about it. Cool. Yep. Looks fine. Cool. Okay. Cool. Actually, that could be a little better. There we go. So, here. Let me double check the music. It should be playing still, but it may have reached the end. Yep, I forgot to reset it. Cool. That's my counter. However many times the album goes through. Each time it's about 45 minutes or so. In both songs. Not again. Okay. Again. There you go. Push a little bit more. Same deal. Flux. Can I get away with just heating up 290 instead of 310? No, needs to be hotter. Just 20 degrees more Celsius, and that does enough. Okay. Wow, still not getting it. What the hell? Am I just stuck with you? Just being like... No, don't tell me I'm stuck. Come on. More flux. I'm gonna get this out. Maybe with a little bit of solder on the tip. See, with a little solder on the tip as well. Yes. All right, cool. Yeah, I guess that's a secret too, right? It's not just flux. I think you have to add a little bit of solder too. Like the solder catches the other solder, and somehow that is what gets you going. What gets the whole thing working again. Flowing. All right, now I have to be like a little more. God, did I burn this already? Yeah, I probably burned it. This is danger. Did I really burn it? Yes, it doesn't look at all the same. Okay. All right. Cool. There's probably some extra smoke that was coming out, billowing out, that I wasn't paying attention to because I was so trying to get that worked out. But that's the thing you have to worry about when you're dealing with a soldering iron. And I'm using a flat head because, I mean, look how quickly everything just like kind of melts. Um, but I guess if I wanted to be more precise and try and avoid situations like where I was, I would use the kind of pointy version. But I think I'm trying to just get away with this because it offers so much more heat. Look at that, just tapping the solder in, you know? Look at that, like so quickly. As long as I'm careful, should be fine. There's also a button over here that I need to be careful about. Maybe I can... if I angle it, I won't be able to get to... What's this saying? Almost done. 2 more. And I'll be cleaning up with the Q-tip. One more, one more. Alright. Using tweezers now to hold the remaining solder. Can I get it at this angle? Yes. Cool. Alright, let's review our work. And going backwards now. Good. I'm actually gonna hold this sideways so you all are not gonna be able to get a good view. But I'm just holding it sideways so I can clearly tell whether I have peaks or not. Try and see if I'm doing a good job. I think this one could be a little bit better. That one doesn't have quite the peak, the sort of like Hershey's Kiss that I'm looking for. But it doesn't need much to actually get it to that state. That one right there. Let's see. Cool. That one. It's a little bit of work. There we go. Yeah, it's just way easier to see it on this side. I did a poor job up here. There's just this whole column right here needs to be redone, so I'm quickly gonna do that. You can probably see it in the smaller webcam. That's what I'm up to. Okay. Dun dun dun. First and last one over here. So on this column, let's see if I can angle it. Yeah, that's not quite all covered, so those are the type of fixes I'm looking to do. Right here? No, right here. Yes. One, two, three. Now, I don't think I need to cover it all, like every single square millimeter or whatever of what's exposed by the switch. I'm just being a little bit extra. That is all. Okay, so it's at two angles now. So this one doesn't have quite the shape I'm looking for, right? And then this one, last one. It's funny, it was like on the first column I was like working on. Cool. Alrighty, I think that does it for the switches being soldered in permanently. Alright, time to clean this up. It's not gonna be fun, but I think of rubbing alcohol. Just going through. I think I'll do it the same way, just columns. And this is to get the extra flux off, especially parts where I had to like double back and correct some mistakes I was doing, like the ones where like I over covered holes like here. See, it's like the Q-tip's getting a little orange. It's hard to see in the camera, but it's getting a little, picking up kind of the burnt amber color right off. And I'm using isopropyl alcohol. I think it's 97%, but as I hear from other people that mess with electronics, as long as you're in the 90s, like 90 percentile of alcohol, you're fine. Because apparently it's hard to find 99, which is the ideal because that evaporates like instantly. But you can't just get that anywhere. It's kind of hard. Can't really go down to any drugstore and pick it up. So anything in the 90s works. Here we go. So yeah, I'm using 90. I believe it's 97. There we go. Goes there. Cool. Nope. Didn't solder anything there. Oh, pff, look at that. I just have a piece of solder just that would have been not good. This is why cleaning is important. You pick up solder you may have left behind. And then sometimes I like leave, like I'm cleaning and I feel like Sometimes I just stain the PCB with the Q-tip for some reason. Like I feel like that's a common thing I do. Like not on purpose, but like just the I don't know whether it is a chemical on PCBs, is it the rubbing alcohol, like something or another, but I find that it leaves evidence of me having tried to clean it, and sometimes I feel like the evidence that's left over looks worse than what I was trying to clean up. I don't know. Go. Just cleaning, cleaning, cleaning. Cool. Alright. That's it pretty much for that section. I think the next is the Pro Micro. And I believe it is in this orientation here. Like this. So bottom and then go up, leave the top off. And I think it's like in this orientation because as you can read here, it says component side faces away from PCB. So we're going by literally the instructions. We'll see how listening to the instructions goes for us. Here we go. Come on. Looks fine. Alright, then I'm gonna just lock it up here. You see the discoloration here? And this is me after I've cleaned it. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm a little bit annoyed by it not being like super, like all the way clean. Like, look at that. I'm hitting it with the Q-tip. Alright, I'm gonna hit it with like the pointier Q-tip I have here. Like, this doesn't seem to be doing it. I don't know. Like, I'm pushing it. Huh. It was just really on there. I don't know. Maybe this is what the brush is for. I have a brush. That is a little bit abrasive. And maybe this is, maybe that's what this is for. Right here, let's see. Let's brush it. And of course, this is all for stuff that people aren't even going to see, so it's fine. Okay, now I'm getting caught up in just trying to clean this stuff. I'm not a. It's not factory perfect. I know, I know. But I want it to be good. Never mind. I'm just I'm getting caught up in the details. I'm like a young drawing student who's trying to get the eyes perfect, but the rest of the face looks awful. All right, let's get that. Cool. So I'm anchoring it so it won't move as much, right? So will have 4 stable points like that. Well, that's 3. Going for 4 now. Cool. All right. Now it's very stable. I'll go ahead and start on this side and then just go up. Like that. That. Yeah, I know it's messy. Don't get me started. Cool. Cool. Now I'm gonna flip it because I'm right-handed. So all the things I need to solder are on. I can come at it from the right. Cool. Oh. Caught a little stray spit. Burned a little. Alrighty, time to inspect the work. That one was just easy. So straightforward. Actually, I do need to look at it through the microscope. Alright, we're looking for Hershey Kisses, more or less. Alright, not terrible. That one at the end looks kind of weird. I'll just keep that in mind. That one looks kind of weak. The end one, and what is this? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So 7 down looks kind of weak. Actually, 1, 3, 4. Okay, God. All right, I'll just redo this. I'll just quickly redo these. They just need like an extra like couple seconds. I think that does it. Yep. These are the grounds. I can already tell that one needs more solder because it's too much of the gold plate, I can tell. There you go. Cool. Okay, I think that's decent. Isopropyl. So I'm just quickly just cleaning it. Okay. That must have been very boring for all of you. Now where am I looking in terms of build steps? Here we go. Bottom plate. Just right here. Usually what I've seen is that people soak. So there's like a protective screen here against the plastic. What I've seen people do is they put this in water, and the water eventually deforms the sort of like plastic layer on top. It makes it easier to just peel off, but I think I have good enough time. Right now I'm just like trying to peel it off with my fingernail. Yep. Like that. Ooh, frosted. Nice. I had forgotten I got that sort of style. Side's a little harder. There we go. Pull this off. Oh, look at that. Not frosted. It's clear. Unless I wasn't meant to pull this off, but I think I like the clear. Whatever. I think it goes on like this. Right? Yep. Okay. There you go. And I think these are all the same size. They look precisely the same to me, so we'll go with it. I think it is the... Not that one. Hmm. I forget which one I'm supposed to use. It's like a number 4. There it is. A 5, whatever. Okay. We'll go ahead and screw it on to these. Not all of them at once. I mean, not all the way through at once. More like, I often try and do this like as if I'm changing a tire. So it's like semi on. Like this. That. That. Then tighten it. Star formation. So diagonal. That. Okay. Oh, cool. Like you get to see it. Oh no, I did it wrong. I did it wrong. Oh my gosh. Actually, I can see my work. I need to clean this. I think I do need to clean this. I don't understand. Why doesn't it line up with the center here? Huh. It doesn't line up here in the center. Is that true? What the hell? Like, I'm just... It doesn't line up. The center doesn't line up. It's like off. So I flip it. Still off. Flip it. Still off. What the hell? How's this even possible? I'm flipping this like every which way. Uh, well, that's discouraging. This is the way it's supposed to be because there's a square hole to press that button. But what the what the hell? It's not work. It doesn't line up. Look at that. It's off by like a little bit. I'll put on the microscope. Look at this. Look at that. It's off. And I can't even fix this manually because the hole is actually kind of close. Like, is this off? What am I supposed to do? Bro. It's funny. All the other holes are lined up. This one is not. I think I got I think I got a defective one, man. No, I'm gonna flip it so it's the other side, which makes no sense. Yep. And I'm gonna flip it one more time. Damn it. So I'm just gonna have this like extra uh, doesn't feel great. Does not feel great. What is going on? I think this is just a manufacturing error because if I line this up, nothing else does. I line up the 4. This doesn't. So great. So cool. But since it's clear, you can actually see everything. So I am going to have to figure out how to actually properly clean this. Like actually. Like I should clean it, because it's about showing off the circuitry, right? But at the same time, because this thing is like so off. God, I literally can't believe it, man. I'm trying to go for so much precision and getting things clean. And for what? For what? What is this? Just a little extra blob of something. Cool. All this cleaning in the slots don't even line up. Well, at least I did my work right. This is what this is about. I'm just cleaning for my sorrows. This fulfills a need in my brain. I'm not gonna drill a hole in the acrylic. Because if I drill a hole in the acrylic, well, the thing is, the hole that's already there is already kind of close to the hole that it should be, right? So if I drill a hole, it's just like gonna make a bigger hole. It will combine to become a bigger hole. But isn't that upsetting? Isn't that so upsetting that I can't make this work no matter what I do? These acrylics wrong. I don't feel the need to buy another bottom plate just to make this work. Like, I don't feel compelled to do it. You know, maybe I will just 3D print a bottom plate. Get the schematics. I'm sure someone's already done like a print. And then that one will hopefully be correct and not have the same error that the manufacturer did. So upsetting though. It's just off by a little bit. I'll have to include that in the video, like kind of overview that I'll make, kind of an edited compilation of the 3 or so days of assembling this, and just like did all that work to try and be neat. I mean, look at this, like scrubbing to make sure to get all the flux off that people may or may not even be able to see. But I care. I remember it's there. Oh, it's so much crud. Let me get another one of these. I just want things to work. Get out of here. Spit. But yeah, so Christian says on the chat that it's just drill another hole. One sec. Where are you? Look at that, it's already like solidifying. This really bad flux. And I think this is the flux that comes with the solder. Maybe like that flux has gone old as well, so it leaves like a really gunky mess like this. Some people on other tech channels, they make their stuff look clean. Here I am like playing with flux that feels like Play-Doh or something. Alright. But yeah, you can't drill a hole. Right, because the moment you drill a hole there, it's like too close to this hole, so it's not gonna work. I'll put this on for now. So depressing. put it on the screen so everybody sees the folly of manufacturing. What is it even off by? It's like Titan, 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 Titan. What is this even off by? See, see it's off by like measure center, like that. It is off by 0.027 inches. 0.207 inches. Point, 0.027 inches. That's how far off it is from center to center, where it should be and where it is. All right, I mean, like, oh my God. I'll 3D print something. So here we are. This is it for the most part. All that's left is to put the keycaps on and program it, but I said that I would just get to this point and leave that for tonight, but this is it. It's looking nice. I mean, it's gonna like do this because there's no bumpers. Right, these screws here, they kind of lift it up just a tad. Alright, we shall see. Okay, that's it for tonight. Thank you everybody for joining me on this like little endeavor. I will hopefully put up a follow-up video of some type on the YouTube channel. If you haven't joined, I'll be there posting kind of a highlight of the entire process, kind of super edited. So it's a super cut of everything that's happened here with more commentary. And probably in that video as well, I'll have recorded me putting the keycaps on and then flashing the microcontroller. But I don't want to do that live because I have a inkling that's not going to go well. That something is going to go off and I'll have to switch computers and you can't really... I have like a dual boot PC and you can't dual boot from one to OS to the other while you're streaming unless I had like a second machine to do that, and I don't. So that is that. Anyways, thank you everybody. I hope you have a lovely day, afternoon, evening. Y'all take care, and until next time, thank you so much for joining. I'll see you all later. Bye.